Hey, hey, it's Ray Langley at your service. Virtual entertainer and wolf girl extraordinaire. Welcome to Dialogue. How's everyone doing today? Welcome in, Candace. Welcome in, Army. Good to see you guys. It's Robo Girl time. That's right. All right. Just to double check everything. Volume's up. Language English, full screen. Not turning on fast animations. And I have streaming mode on, which does change the BGM. I'm not monetized or anything, but you know. Let's just take the precautions, huh? Game isn't full screen. It is full screen for me, at least. It literally says right here, full screen. Give me a second. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit. Yeah, that's full. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. It's a Friday night at 2 a.m. I've written down Yuri stockings and Gyaru socks, which still make me cold, cause weather funny for and half a water bottle. Huh. Oh wow, it's 2 a.m. your time. Amazing. It's not on stream, so it might be OBS. Well, let me start the game up real quick and see how it appears when we actually start the game. Yeah, so the concept of this game is that I will be playing the role of a technician, and these girls are going to come to me with repairs and problems, and my goal is to fix them, and to fix them. So, let's see what's in store for us. Fell asleep at like 5 p.m., so sleep schedule funny. Jesus. Alright, and let's go. Okay, yeah, it's slightly not full screen. Let me see if I can widen this just a little more. Okay. Let's see if that helps. It's still not perfect, but whatever. Alright, usual rules apply. I will be voice acting parts that are not voiced. I don't know how much of this is voiced, if any. So I will be doing voices based entirely on vibes, and yeah. In the interest of keeping this as aligned to my interests as possible, all characters are female until explicitly said otherwise. Hello, Michelle. How are you doing over there? I seem to have gotten a bit used to life in Chroma City. Instead of the rising sun, I've started dividing my days by payment approvals and insufficient funds. The light monopolized by Sunshine Corp has replaced the sun, and most things are solved with price tags. I wish beer was the only thing I had to pay for. Right, the price of beer went up again recently. Everything's going up, except for two things: the sun and my income. But, Michelle, everything comes at a high price except for the value of labor. But I can find some stability, at least while I'm working. When I drifted here after we parted ways, I thought my incompetence was the reason for our breakup. And that thought still weighs me down. I can't say things are completely different now. But here, at least while I'm holding on to my work, that weight lifts, just for a moment. Regardless of how much I earn, for that time at least, I have the assurance that I won't collapse. The people I meet, the conversations we have, and what I've come to feel. I want to tell you about it. On the second floor of a commercial district, slightly away from the city center, repair clinic, D1AL-ogue. A place where the outside noise recedes with just a few words of small talk. Don't criticize my naming skills. Because in Chroma City, they give estimates for heartbreaks and charge for repairs. December 14th. Lame? I said the name is totally lame. And Chris, did you have a beer? What's with the sentimental nonsense this early in the morning? I was thinking about a customer from yesterday, and I couldn't help it. He came in saying his portable virtual chip was stuck, but maybe it activated during repairs. Because he started running around the room like crazy, swinging a leather belt at me. Thanks to him, my dio equipment almost bit the dust too. And that's because you have such a shady and lame name. Only customers fitting that description would show up. Huh. Don't tell me. You're talking about the oasis of Chroma City, bathed in neon light. D1AL-ogue Repair Clinic. Our repair clinic is an all-around sanctuary that provides not just quick and accurate repairs, but also emotional stability through comfortable conversation. That shady name is exactly why EVEs needing repairs turn away and go elsewhere. Emotional stability for EVEs? That feels less like shady and more like creepy. Is that why you habitually make EVEs wet themselves? To be precise, it's the act of discharging overheated coolant. Your phrasing is misleading. Same difference. What do you mean, same difference? You're probably the only one who describes it like that. Stop spouting nonsense so early and check your equipment already. Are you not opening for business today? You used to love stories like this. Even though you used to sing about wanting to become an EVE when you were little. Shut up. Seems like the hangover from yesterday's beer is pretty bad. And speaking of EVEs, why don't you replace the outdated equipment in your repair clinic? Using a dial when D5AL is already out is disrespectful to them. What you're overlooking is that DXL equipment is strictly specialized for diagnosis. The diagnostic performance was so good from the first generation that even with the 5th generation out, it hasn't improved dramatically. Then what's different? The main advancements are in unit synthesis, convenience in the synthesis process, overclocking synthesized parts, firmware modification, etc. However, I can make up for the dial's lagging synthesis performance purely with the touch of my fingertips. That's actually kind of impressive. Crucially, if I upgrade to a newer generation, why, is there an extra subscription fee? There'd be no point in having registered the business as D1AL-ogue. You don't seem to get it. A little wit breathes vitality into a weary life, and also, seeing this strangely named repair clinic operating normally, I guess your skills really are unquestionable. Then, it should be a breeze if I suddenly test you with the standard DXL Practical Level 1 mock maintenance, right? Sorry, I'm just looking at all the various stuff around the room right now. Try to see if I can recognize anything, and not really? Let's see. Oh, hold on. Let me move chat real quick. Let me move y'all maybe down this way or up this way. I'll move y'all up this way real quick. There we go. There we go. Now you guys can see more of the room. Yeah, there's the holographic standee. I'm trying to see if I can recognize who's in it, but... Alright. This looks like a reference to something. We got Evangelion Angel Holocron, which becomes a centaur. Bunny Girl poster made on screen. Is this person a VTuber fan? Yeah, that does look like a VTuber stream or something. Alright. Practice repair. Prove Michelle wrong about your skills. Target moves 20. It's been a while since the last mock maintenance. Let's take it step by step. Oh shit. Oh wow. Okay. You can check the damage parts on D1AL that need repair right now. Hover over the damaged part to see the required units. First, let's select a damaged part to repair. Dial consists of 4 layers and 6 indices. Okay, 4 layers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Each module can be moved by dragging it to swap places with adjacent modules up, down, left, or right. Ooh, okay. Moving modules uses Dial's battery. If you use up all the battery, you can't move anymore. Oh dear. Okay. Let's try moving a module. Okay, so then we can, yeah, okay. While dragging a module, right-click to cancel the move. If you move modules to a line 3 or more, they synthesize into a higher tier unit. Let's try synthesizing models into a higher tier unit. If you synthesize modules a total of 10 times, the battery overcharges and increases max capacity. You can check the current damage location and required units on the right panel. Click Info panel. Hover your mouse over each damage location to see the required unit. Okay. Synthesize the required unit and move it to the damage location. You can also repair using... Okay, this is throwing a bit at me, but I think I can figure this out. Oops, I didn't mean to move it there. There we go. No. There we go. Oh, I thought that was gonna do something. Let's see. Oh, okay, I think I get what's going on. Or not. Let me see. Ah, there we are. Placing the required unit on the damaged spot activates the replace button. Press it to swap the unit. Once replaced, all remaining modules will... Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it just all kind of auto snaps together. Looks like the replacement went well. Let's keep going. This case requires multiple types of units. The info panel will show the required unit colors for each position. Just place the units according to the colors to replace them. And then I think there. The last damage part requires a high tier unit. You can check unit appearances on the phone by pressing tab. Let's press the encyclopedia button. And the icons for each unit level. Oh. Power source acting as the unit's heart. Supplies energy required for operation and handles total output. Let's use Dial's special function. There's a gauge on the left. The gauge charges for the corresponding type when 4 or more modules are synthesized. When fully charged, click the gauge and a module or unit of another type to convert it. If you made a mistake or think it's hopeless, press the restart button to try again. Let's collect gauge charge and use it to charge types while repairing. Access the brain. Device responsible for unit's sensory organs and neural network. Collects external information. Okay. So I need that. And I need it up here. Satisfied now? That's really amazing. Honestly, I knew you ran a repair clinic, but I didn't know you were this skilled. Even with the latest D1AL-ogue equipment, it wouldn't be this fast for a level 1 mock maintenance. I see you in a new light. This is nothing. If I want to attract EVE customers to this strangely named repair clinic of yours, I can't tolerate a single maintenance error. First impressions are most important wherever you go. If you care so much about first impressions, why don't you erase that suspicious slogan on the front door? Besides, there needs to be comfort during the repair process for them to feel emotionally stable and open up. I just can't understand that creepy philosophy of yours. I should probably start opening up shop now. I've been getting a bit into Judge Dredd recently. Like the comic series? Okay, I'll talk to you later. Maybe it's because of the beer I had yesterday, but it feels a bit stiff. Nice. Welcome. This is Repair Clinic D1AL-ogue. Hey, Chris. Pray. What brings you here at this hour? What about your cafe shift? Are you watching the popular show airing these days? Buff Girl O'Hara? What are you talking about all of a sudden? Are you watching it? I do watch it every week, but... Then this'll be quick. In yesterday's episode, do you remember the scene where O'Hara smashed Mrs. Blind with a magical pile driver? O'Hara rarely gets pushed into a corner, so seeing her fight back with a double nosebleed and crush Blind's neck for a comeback was quite the twist in many ways. That's exactly it. What exactly is it? What exactly are you trying to say?
A villain showed up at our shop, and they look like they desperately need that pile driver. I knew you'd understand.
I only understood that you have a difficult customer. Could you speak a bit more clearly?
They say he's a bigwig from Sunshine Corp. He claims his mere visit is a favor to this crappy shop, and threatened that he could turn off all the neon shines in this district with a single word.
A different routine every day. I envy how today is unlike yesterday.
Shut up. Anyway, thanks to that big shot, it's been nothing but new stability officer faces all morning.
Those guys are hard to find when you actually need them, but they swarm like rats for this. I thought there was a terrorist attack or something. So that's what happened. What brings such a person to a backwater like this?
I don't know the details, but it seems he came to negotiate with the manager of this commercial district. Something about increasing the neon shine subscription fees around here starting next month, and removing the free neon shine streetlights.
Controlling the light. His actions are just like Mrs. Blind.
See why I brought up Buff Girl? If Mrs. Blind has appeared in reality, then a magical pyro driver isn't out of the question either. Can you go and try it?
It's way out of my expertise and job description, but I can mimic it.
I knew it! I wanted to pour coffee on his face, but now I feel a bit better. Right, and if you're really gonna try it, be careful. The security's intense. You could get arrested just for keeping your hands in your pockets.
Then again, today, my secret power will remain hidden. Anyway, raising subscription fees is a pretty big deal. I was thinking of subscribing to a hologram figure for my lonely room, but with the increased fees, it'll be tight.
Same here.
Really? EVEs are relatively free from LDS, so do you really need to subscribe to Neon Shine?
It's only relatively free. If our condition worsens, data loss occurs, and we could have problems more serious than humans. Plus, I've got someone to look after.
You mean Remy?
Remy's family.
It's a cat.
Does being a cat mean it can't be family? You'd better watch your words in front of our Remy.
Prey showed her claws, adopting an aggressive, cat-like stance. Please forgive me.
I'll make an exception this time, because I'm generous. Anyway, if the subscription fee goes up, I'll have to give up on the item I was planning to buy.
What were you thinking of getting?
Buff Girl collaboration merch. They're doing a collaboration with a neural stimulation unit for EVEs. And they announced that pre-orders will start on the day the last episode airs.
The things people come up with.
What do you mean the things they come up with? This collaboration product is amazing. They said when the empathy unit activates and overloads, it shakes your cognitive abilities, creating the illusion of transforming. It's basically another way of saying you must buy this.
What on earth does that mean? And aren't the expressions shakes cognitive abilities and illusion of transforming seriously suspicious?
You're making a fuss over nothing. Besides, considering the chips you usually use, I don't think you're in a position to talk. What do you say?
Those are legitimately released VR chips, you know. I didn't even put them there for you to see, you just looked at them on your own.
I have no intention of respecting your tastes, but if I may give you a piece of personal advice, in a repair clinic where EVEs are the main customers, displaying chips with covers showing EVEs and humans getting intimate doesn't seem like a very good choice.
I just put frequently used items where they're easy to see. It's inevitable in a workshop with lots of tools.
I feel like I just heard some terrible information. If you're lonely, why don't you find a lover?
I'm sorry, but
Okay, I'm sorry.
Prey apologized quickly.
It was as if she didn't want to hear it.
Did she foresee what I was going to say?
And can I ask for a simple repair? I need to create an excuse to tell the boss.
Sure, repairs are always welcome. Target moves 28. Oh, dang, okay. Real quick, before I start, let's just read some lore real quick. 2181. Huh. Buff Girl O'Hara Hype Peaks. Neural Network Unit. I'm sorry, that can't be what I think it says. Neural Network Unit Orgasm buff released. Author WMP. This is so unserious. Anyway, the hit series Buff Girl O'Hara, currently ranking #1 in streaming charts and real-time interest, is reaching peak hype ahead of its finale on February 3rd. Capitalizing on the show's success, the distributor unveiled the collaboration custom unit Orgasm buff, set for official release on February 4th, the day after the finale. The Orgasm buff draws attention for the design inspired by O'Hara's champion belt. Notably, it replaces traditional manual operation with an automated sympathetic nerve stimulation function via a feedback loop. The product features forced photonic neural network update technology to control system overhead caused by continuous sympathetic stimulation. I have no idea what any of that meant, but wait, a Muscle Girl show hit top charts? Let me into that world. Yeah, in a fair and just world, I'd be starring in something like that. A new dawn for EVE maintenance. D1AL-ogue unveiled. Fully automated process. Author Sunshine Dispatch. Last night, the 13th, Sunshine Core unveiled the D1AL-ogue, a 6th generation architecture diagnostic lens that moves away from traditional manual mechanic work to fully automate the maintenance process. This new product eliminates cumbersome manual synthesis and part replacements. It features proprietary real-time autonomous calibration technology that minimizes human intervention, maximizing system precision and maintenance efficiency. Sunshine Core stated that introducing the D1AL-ogue will replace outdated, imperfect maintenance methods and enable immediate, data-driven system recovery and optimization. I'm gonna jump. Fucking AI repair? Fuck you. How about you Unidentified component found. Nanocatalyst design mismatch controversy. Author The Noise. Controversy is erupting after an unidentified molecular component, not listed in official blueprints, was discovered in the nanocatalyst mandatorily inoculated into Chroma City citizens. In addition to identification and data collection, nanocatalysts perform the core function of forcibly inducing serotonin secretion in reaction to neon shine to prevent LDS, light deficiency syndrome, caused by sunlight deprivation. Precise molecular analysis of recently extracted nanocatalyst samples confirmed the presence of an unidentified element non-existent in the standard specifications released by authorities. While Chroma City authorities maintain it is, quote, merely an impurity generated during catalyst aging, end quote, their passive response, failing to provide technical evidence to support this claim, is only amplifying suspicions. Jesus Christ, what kind of world is this? Freaking, you get mandatory chipping, and the chip collects your data, identifies you, and just jabs you with serotonin because there's no freaking light in this world except for the like neon lights. Oh my god. You know, I feel like this is exactly the kind of world that Blade Runner was setting up when they started with the cyberpunk genre. Everyone has vitamin D deficiency here. I mean, I have that in the real world. I have seen things you people would not believe, etc. Alright. Oh my god! Wow! I mean, I'm normal. So, let's see what we're working with here. And then we get one here. Okay, we need... where is the... Oh, no, that's not it. No? Where is the parts thingy? I'm trying to look for the... parts thingy. No, it's not letting me. Oh, there it is. Oh, right, the encyclopedia button. I'm so used to this being like a... Because on my own phone, it's like a window thingy, so... I'm used to that. Okay, we need the smallest unit. So, let's move that there. And then... There we go. Oh. Put that there. Boom.
Don't you think the name Neon Shine is super tacky? Like a middle-aged man trying to look cool. I agree with that part. It sounds like a name where they changed one syllable from neon sign and celebrated themselves for being extremely witty. It's really a comedy that the person agreeing with that has a repair clinic with a name just as bad.
Come on, girl. You don't got... Man?
What exactly does the stimulation from the empathy unit feel like? I only learned about it in theory, but I was curious since I've never felt it myself. It's similar to humans. If humans feel it through muscle contractions, blood flow changes, and hormone secretion, for EVEs that's just replaced by the empathy unit. Stimulating this directly gives a quite pleasurable feeling. So, is it like an orgasm? It doesn't match exactly, but it's probably the closest thing.
Then what about the collaboration merch you mentioned earlier?
I was just curious about what it feels like to transform. They say power surges through you.
Sure, whatever. Professional Ray Langley, also Ray Langley when women. Drinking game, take a shot every time Ray is down bad for robot girls. I have to say, you should probably not do that if you value the health of your liver.
All done. There were no major issues. Wow! My stiff back feels completely refreshed. Is this what it feels like when O'Hara purifies her body with brief seed? Is it okay to mention my crude repair in the same breath as something so noble? Crude? You're too strict with yourself. No one around here can match your skills.
Enough, Prey. Save that talk for after you buy me a beer.
You make a fuss even when I compliment you. What a personality. I noticed earlier your power unit was screaming again.
Aren't you overworking yourself lately?
It must be because a lot of zombies have been gathering in front of the shop lately. They've practically set up camp there.
Zombies? You mean flicker patients high on drugs? Usually they just stumble around spouting nonsense.
No, those are blackouts. It's a state where even radical methods like electronic drugs can't prevent damage to the frontal lobe and neural network. You can consider their ego and personality data virtually destroyed. Lately, the media seems to just call them zombies instead of severe LDS patients.
I've been here for a while, but I just thought they were drug addicts.
Drug addicts are probably better off than them.
Aren't they both equally in the gutter?
At least junkies have their infinite love for drugs left. Blackouts are worse.
Infinite love?
Seeing them throw away family, lovers, and property without hesitation, isn't that the perfect expression? It's like, if it's not you, the world doesn't matter. Truly an impossible devotion. In contrast, blackouts are like empty shells with even their desires gone. They wander around following the light by instinct, and when they find neon shine, they swarm like gnats and won't leave.
Chasing light suggests they still have at least minimal desires left.
If you saw them, you'd think I'm exactly right. They aren't moving to find light. It's just that it's the only stimulus left that they can react to. If they crawled around looking for light normally, maybe you'd be right. Of course, they would become something even more terrible.
As I recall, the shop you worked at has a floor-to-ceiling glass window on one side.
Right, and clearing away the gnats that gather there is one of my daily tasks. That's probably the cause of 80% of my power unit overloads.
And the other 20% is because of the idiot removing streetlights.
Exactly.
Every day must be tough.
It gives me a headache just thinking about how much tougher it's gonna get. You know that? Happiness and unhappiness are influenced more by future events than the present.
Wasn't that a study on human psychology?
Humans and EVEs are pretty much the same.
Do you realize that statement conflicts heavily with your critique of my taste before the repair?
I come back because I respect it.
Oh?
My head feels like exploding as it is. Do you have to make me say useless things? If you plan to keep wrecking me to rip off repair fees, you'd better be prepared.
I'm sorry. Customer Prey Emery.
Stop joking. I have to go now. Even a justified absence is a problem if it drags on. I don't want to get fired and become a zombie rubbing my face against a glass window.
By now, the streetlight idiot should have left the shop too.
You're sharp. Good sense as always.
It was a pleasant conversation today, Prey.
Me too. See you later, Chris.
Prey hurriedly left the door with quick steps. It seemed she spent more time than expected, distracted by the chat. It's already time for lunch. Let's take a break.
Wow, seriously amazing. What did you just do to my back? I feel light as a feather.
An EVE stood before me, though there was no sound of the door opening. Despite her polite attitude and likable first impression, I couldn't quite feel at ease. All TN-DLS models are government-affiliated EVEs, usually distinguishable by their department mark. But I couldn't see any mark on the EVE before me, nor was there any other way to confirm her affiliation. Of course, nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy, but I reacted unusually sensitively to that mark. Prey says I look at that mark with, quote, eyes of a sinner, which probably isn't polite behavior towards a customer. Before we start, excuse me, but may I ask what specific purpose you're specialized for? If it's military, private maintenance is illegal. You wouldn't know since I'm not wearing protective gear on my day off. I am Orca O. O'Hara from the Urban Recovery Agency of Chroma City. You can just call me Orca for short. Although designed for rescue and disaster recovery operations, I'm a model equipped with multi-purpose functions like other EVEs to reduce citizens' aversions. Rescue? You have quite an ordinary appearance for someone deployed to rough sites. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary appearance. Rescue specialized TN-DLS models possess an appearance generally considered beautiful to reduce aversion. That's because we mostly rely on external equipment. The design direction of the model also has the motto Universal Fit. Unlike how it looks, there are many places to attach external equipment. This is for attaching the powered exoskeleton during entry. This is for the instantaneous thrust engine, and the tail part. It was quite embarrassing to watch her lift parts of her body here and there to introduce her model. But Orca seemed unaware of it and chattered excitedly for several minutes. How is it? I understand very well that it's not military. Besides that, nothing. I was just trying to apologize for being rude earlier out of surprise. Of course, that wasn't it. Really, I didn't feel it was that rude. That's because kind people are rare towards government-affiliated EVEs. If you thought I was similar to others, then that's normal. That makes sense. What kind of maintenance are you here for? I was recently assigned here, so I need to submit an inspection confirmation by tomorrow. There aren't any major problems, so it shouldn't take long. It looks that way, but you never know until you check. I'll boot up the maintenance console, so please wait a moment. Perhaps because everyone is preparing for Polar Night Day, the streets are intensely lively, aren't they? Polar Night Day, one of Chroma City's prides and the pride of prides. Rainbow flag emoji, question mark? A holiday unique to this city and a festival ground. I had even forgotten that wasn't far off. It's a holiday unique to this city. Did you come for sightseeing before? You don't have to say if it's hard to talk about. No. A few years ago, I visited Chroma City due to a support request. It just happened to be Polar Night Day. There was a support request even to nearby cities? Yes. Back then, I was working in Luminance City, located south of Chroma City. It was complete chaos. The violence and confusion amidst the cheers of the festival were shocking even to me. A hologram panorama covering the sky, and below it, explosions mixed with smoke. Must have been terrible. Yes, screams mixed with beautiful night views and hopeful music are quite shocking. The show went on as if indifferent to the tragedy, and most of the crowd was too intoxicated by the festival to even know what was happening. The organizers who knew about the accident went along with it too. It was probably because of the budget.
The hologram panorama called Chromatic Zenith is one of Chroma City's prides. They say it's for the citizens' sense of belonging, but they pour an astronomical budget into it because it's an event that generates huge tourism revenue. Too much money had already been poured in it to cancel it just because an accident occurred. So it's about money. Excluding talk of budget and compensation, all that's left in Chroma are patients. Not that I like it, but it's the unavoidable reality. That's sad. I'm sorry, I unintentionally said something depressing. It's just reality. Nothing's as boring as realistic talk. Living day by day, whether you like it or not, is reality. Even an interesting show gets boring if you watch it hundreds of times, so it's hard for the story of a day repeated thousands of times to be interesting. It's natural to be drawn to stories of vacation escapades or figures bought on impulse, rather than talk of neon shine subscription fees or utility bills. I can't accept it rationally, yet I can't help but empathize experientially. Most hobbies are, after all, escapes from ordinary daily life. That's why people go crazy for Polar Night Day, and tourists visiting from the other side of the globe to see the chromatic zenith. Because the coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable, because they're tired of reality. They close their eyes and ears and force themselves to shout that they're happy now. Wanting to run away from pain is one of human instincts. Oops, that sounded creaky like my dial equipment again. 0 points for a sales pitch, right? Sometimes creaking sounds make you feel alive, whether machine or human. But by any chance, are you doing maintenance with a first-generation dial? Don't worry too much. I've safely repaired TN DLS models several times with this rugged friend. Why does the word safely sound so scary? Oh, the dial's ready. Shall we begin? Orca's regular inspection. Target moves 35. I wonder... Hold on, let me just see real quick if I can change the song. Is there anything else? Ah, yeah. Now that we've got a different customer, let's change the music. I'm normal. Let's see. There we go. Oh crap. Let's restart the repair. I did that one wrong, my bad. Okay. And we need this here. There we go. Then we move that there. There we go. Yes. Perfect. Okay. And then we need one more yellow. Okay, so one first tier, one second tier. Second tier is right here. First tier is... Okay, move that here. Wait, did that not work? I've completed the unit replacement for that part. How is it? Please feel free to tell me if there's any discomfort or awkwardness. No, it's much more comfortable than I thought. My worries before the maintenance were pointless. It actually feels smoother than the 5th generation dial. That's a relief. But should I say it tingles? It keeps throbbing. Please be a little gentler. This area is densely packed with neural elements. It's very, sensitive. Oh dear, I'm clumsy because it's been a while since I maintained a TNDLS. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. Crap, did I mess something up? Okay. I gotta be more careful. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's at the 3rd spot. And we need... No, not what I meant to do. That was the trap. Move that up there. They're gonna fuse, though, when you put them there. Hold on a sec. The repair points are... Okay, what if I... Give me a second. I'm trying something out here. Gonna head to sleep now? Alright. Sleep well, Army. Thanks for being here. What if I go... here? And then... replace them, and then these will feed... Let's try it. Ah. That doesn't seem to have worked as well as I'd like. What if I... Can I, like, quickly... Damn it! How do I get it to work without... Okay. Okay, so now if we... It's just gonna fuse again. Yeah, okay, what am I doing here? I feel like... I don't know, I can't help but feel like that was... It was... I gotta find a way to do it without making them feel... Alright. Screw it, let's just... Because it automatically fuses the moment I do that. So, I guess I'm gonna have to settle for 2 in one spot and then move the 3rd into the... Alright. Each TNDLS model had one unique organ, right? That's right, because each model specializes in a different purpose. I've often seen animal ears or reverse joint types, but this is my first time seeing a tail. The EVEs of the Scarlet Response Unit under the Urban Recovery Agency, to which I belong, are all TNDLS models, and we have tails like me. That's fascinating. Usually, what is this tail used for? In our case, we mainly use it to clear broken debris or break down walls to enter. For something used for such rough purposes, didn't you say it was a sensitive part earlier? The external armor is high-strength special alloy, so it's fine in the field, but when opened internally for maintenance, it's almost defenseless. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful to work delicately. Okay, so... As you said, it was a regular checkup, and there were no major problems, so it finished quickly. Oh, that unknown heavy feeling that was dragging me down has disappeared. No, it's more than that. It's refreshing. Manager, you have quite an interested look on your face right now. Orca's reaction was so vivid that I focused without realizing it. I'm glad you're satisfied. I should be thanking you. It feels similar to that unique sensation with speeding through the city center on a bike. Roaming Chroma City while feeling the wind directly. You have a bolder hobby than I thought. Yes. In Luminance City, my hobby was riding a bike to get some air on my days off. I don't have a car in the first place, and I like bikes. And I prefer the openness of a bike to the enclosed space of a car. That peculiar stimulation where the gaze of others mixes into the liberating feeling of being open on all sides. It feels really good. Every hobby has its own taste. I apologize for the roughness during the maintenance. No, it's just because I'm particularly sensitive compared to the same model. Because you kept talking to me in between, I felt reassured at the end and it didn't hurt at all. And my body feels completely lighter too. I can endure this for this level of effect. Orca started stretching her body here and there as if to show off. A careless EVE in a narrow space. As long as she doesn't bump into anything, it's not a bad view. Actually, I didn't do much. I just replaced a few neural units to suit the environment lacking photonic data. You mean because there's a lack of light? Exactly. Both humans and EVEs cannot live without sunlight. That's why subscribing to Neon Shine is practically essential in Chroma City. So that's why my colleagues asked if I subscribe to Neon Shine. Because unless it's Chroma, you won't have problems due to lack of light. They made survival a paid service. Chroma claims it's the same logic as food being paid. Someday we might even get billed for breathing. Still, EVEs are a little better off. Humans can fall into depression if Neon Shine is cut off for just 2 days. They called it LDS, right? Correct. It stands for Light Deficiency Syndrome. Simply put, it's a disease caused by not receiving light. The body's signaling system gets tangled, and for EVEs, noise accumulates in the photonic neural network. The depression and power drop you felt recently are probably due to this. My external equipment felt heavier than usual after coming to this city. It wasn't just my imagination. Body and mind are inseparable. Psychology inevitably changes according to the state of the body. It's funny for me, an EVE, to say this, but that's very mechanical. I think so too. But humans are similar, just the difference between metal and flesh. Most psychiatric drugs treat psychological problems by regulating hormones, and the medical measure called defibrillation is basically the same principle as rebooting a machine called a human. Moving by electrical signals and psychological and emotional judgments changing according to the hardware environment are also the same. Personally, I don't see any reason to distinguish between humans and EVEs. If that philosophy created this repair shop, it's quite cool. Personal conversation is a core service of dialogue. Anyway, you said today was your day off, right? That's right. I've been hectic with moving and dispatch calls for a few days, but finally, it's a break. Actually, if there are no dispatches, I mostly get some downtime. Moving alone sounds terrible. I agree with that, but it's over. Do you have any recommended places for a change of mood? I recommend the cafe on the first floor of the building opposite. Ah, I saw it on my way here. The name started with Re. You mean Retrojan? What was it? Retrojan. The pronunciation is a bit odd. Ah, is it that Trojan from the Trojan horse? Oh, Retrojan. It's as unusual a name as this place. Right. I heard from the owner that it's a combination of retro and Trojan virus. It reflects the ambition to infiltrate retro trends like a Trojan virus into this flashy high-tech city. Wow, hearing that, it sounds quite plausible. It's a retro concept cafe that's hard to find these days. And drinking the owner's hand drip coffee is the joy of my life. A retro concept in this city. Interesting. And one more thing, avoid places with too many people. In this season, scenes of people densely gathered often lead to the sight of them being taken away by the stability officers. Thanks for the advice, Chris. When the night gets too long, people tend to get sensitive, even if they are stability officers. Thinking of this city's stability officers as police in other cities, that's a mistake. Still, there's no harm in being careful. I should quietly enjoy this festive year-end atmosphere by myself. Have a good time, Orca. Thank you. See you next time. It's already evening. I should call it a day. Is it already done? Oh my, your touch was so delicate I didn't even realize I was being repaired. Put a new save here. December 15th. Alright, real quick, since it's a change of day, I'm gonna get some water and I'll be right back. Yeah, let's hit the BRB real quick. Alright, and we're back. It's dark and gloomy all day again today. Now that there's hardly any sunlight anymore, it's hard to even see a gray night. Thanks to that, my body feels even stiffer. If I stay still, I'll only feel more drained, so let's hurry up and open up shop. Ooh, new news articles. Let's see. Mayor Lucas, EVE are partners sharing souls. Sigmund Pact 50th anniversary speech. Author Chroma City Standard. Seems to be a newspaper. Yesterday afternoon, the 14th, the 50th anniversary ceremony of the Sigmund Pact, symbolizing the harmony between humanity and artificial intelligence, was held at Chroma City Central Plaza. Taking the podium, Mayor Lucas reflected on the significance of the pact, calling it, quotes, a historical turning point where simple computational devices, known as EE, electric entity, evolved into EVE, electric vital entity, through photonic neural networks becoming recognized as beings with independent personalities. He emphasized that EVE, having moved past an era of discrimination to guaranteed legal rights, are key citizens supporting the eternal night of this city alongside humans. He concluded with a message hoping that through the rational coexistence perfected by Sunshine Core's technology, the next 50 years will also lead to an era of prosperity without discrimination. Drawing cheers
from the citizens and EVEs gathered in the plaza. Natural LDS confirmed impossible. Suspicion of nanocatalyst intervention. Medical opinions suggesting that Chroma City's light deficiency syndrome may not be a naturally occurring disease are causing a stir. Following consultation with specialists from external cities, analysis indicates that simple lack of light cannot cause irreversible nervous system damage, the severe stage of LDS given human physiology. Experts pointed out that while stage 1 dimming, lethargy due to serotonin deficiency, is possible, stage 2 flicker, cognitive impairment, and stage 3 blackout, frontal lobe shutdown, fall outside the scope of general neurological disorders. Consequently, suspicions are deepening that the unidentified molecular components in nanocatalysts mentioned in previous reports are intentionally accumulating metabolic waste in the cerebrum to artificially induce LDS. Jesus. Polar Night Day Intensive Crackdown Period announcement by the USA, the Urban Stability Agency. This is an announcement from the Urban Stability Agency, or USA. In celebration of Polar Night Day, Chroma City's largest festival, a special intensive crackdown period will be in effect from today until the end of the festival. This measure aims to prevent social disorder during the festival and maintain the homeostasis of the urban system. During this period, nanocatalyst scanning by stabilizers will be significantly intensified across Chroma City. In particular, illegal procedures under the guise of LDS prevention and the use or distribution of unauthorized private neon shines are strictly prohibited. Citizens are requested to fully cooperate with scanning procedures at temporary checkpoints installed in each district. Warning: any act detrimental to the stability of the urban system will be subject to immediate administrative action without exception. Starts with fash and ends with ism, and we all hate it. Oh, I can't interact with any of these. Okay. Our mom and dad saying they won't come to see the chromatic zenith again this year.
Just like every year, yeah.
What about you?
Needless to say, me neither.
I really don't get why no one goes. When we were kids, they used to drag us there every year, even when we said we didn't want to go.
You know how many years ago that was? Mom and Dad are getting old now, so it's hard for them to go to crowded and chaotic places, and I'm too far away to go, so... If you want to go that badly, why not go with a girlfriend?
You're picking a fight with me right now, aren't you?
Look at your age. Go outside and meet people. Even better if it's a woman. You can't stay up all night in your room drinking beer forever.
The day I fall asleep rolling around in bed with a woman in this city, there's a high chance I won't open my eyes ever again the next day. And an article will pop up on the main news page. Victim: Chris J. Hayes, 22, found in a motel with organs harvested.
That lack of confidence of yours is the problem, Chris. It's disgusting to say it myself, but objectively, you're decent looking. Let's stop. So if you want to see the chromatic zenith that much, just go alone.
If I have to go alone, I won't go. Shouldn't I at least have someone to take my side if I get into a fight?
Then what are you gonna do that day?
I have no choice but to drown my Polar Night Day in beer while watching Dokim's stream again this year. That's how I'll spend my Polar Night Day.
Stream my foot. You're planning to stay up all night with your beloved silicone, aren't you? Hey, how do you... Wait, you've never even been in my room. Hit the nail on the head. No, it's not that. Shut up. You're single too, probably sitting in the corner of your room alone. Hello, Chris. You look like you're in a good mood. Did you manage to get that action figure you wanted? Chris? Miss Leanne. I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. Could you wait just a moment? A pity. I wanted to share in your joy. You look good now, but that look you just had, the one you never show me, it was such a pure smile. I'm envious, whoever they are. Haha. It's my younger sister. She's a funny kid who tries to tear me down every day. Ah, the one you often talk about. Miss Leanne took a deep breath and muttered quietly to herself. Well, if it's a younger sister, I can understand. In fact, I might even have to try to get close to her. Anyway, what brings you here today? I remember you had your regular checkup recently. I had some business nearby, so I thought I'd drop by to see your face. I also stopped by thinking I might need to replace my processing unit as a bonus. That's funny. What is? When I first saw you, I thought you'd never come back. But now you visit even without a reason. I told you I came to replace my processing unit. You said it was a bonus. Didn't you come to check on me? I'll give you a quick checkup. Alright, you win. I came here to whine a bit. Okay, tell me. For a ridiculously shady repair clinic... Yet you've come back several times, so you must like it. There's a quiet, uncrowded comfort here. A quiet place and slightly cool air are good for getting sentimental. Thanks to that, I can completely let loose. Is that supposed to be a compliment, saying I have no customers? Yes, it's a compliment. Since you say so, I'll take it as a compliment. What are you whining about today? Miss Leanne frowned as if just thinking about it was unpleasant. That's quite a look on your face. Huh? Oh, was I? Sorry. When the processing unit connected to emotional expression gets overloaded, my mood swings become severe and I can't hide them. I don't want to show you that look anymore. Can I get maintenance first? It's possible, but... Leanne's request. Repair Leanne with extreme mood swings. Target moves, 40. Oh, Jesus, what the... Okay, it took a sec for those to pop up. I was like, Okay. Oh, wow. 4 blue ones. Okay, let's see. And double checking that's the first one? Yeah, it's the first one. Okay. So we need one here. One here. One here. There we go. So now 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh shoot! Right, I forgot about that. Stupid. Alright, one here. One here. One here. Move that there. There. We'll get that set up and we'll go zap.
And one here. Zap. Okay.
Every time I visit here, you're on the phone with your sister. It's my routine right after opening for business. Picking a fight with my sister. I'd like to join that routine next time.
You, Miss Leanne?
I heard that in human society, it's polite to greet the other person's family before the main event.
I don't know what main event you mean, but your emotion unit is overheating again.
Big event.
Okay, so we need one tier 2 unit? Yep, and 2 tier 1 units. So, there we go. There we go. Let's get the tier 2 units settled first. There we go. There we go. Okay. Da, da, da. Da, da. Okay, they're in the right spot, so let's zap.
What do you think about the increasing romance between humans and EVEs? For someone who's never even been in a romantic relationship with a human, that's too abstract a question for me to answer. Really? Just that one word from you has completely tilted my opinion to the pro side. Miss Leanne, the temperature of your emotion unit is rising. It's dangerous, so please calm down during maintenance.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Okay. So, we need 3 tier 1 slots and 1 tier 2 slot. Let's get our tier 1s gathered. So we need 3 of those. Let's move one here. And one here. 3, 4. Boom. Okay. Now we can do that. That's our tier 2. Now we need to combine something else to clear space. There. There we go. Perfect. We're gonna move this one just to here. Move that one to there. 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That just fell perfectly in place. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go think. Oh. Oh, the tier 2. Oh, I put the tier 2 in the wrong spot. Okay, I forgot you can hover over and show where each of the things wants to be. My bad. Ah. Now I feel silly. Tier 2 is gonna be the upward spot. Okay. clear these to get more space. There we go. Yes. Okay, so tier 2 is going to be here. I feel like I could also do this one by one so that I could... There we go. Yeah, there we go. That helps a bit. There we go, finally. And then we move that there. Bam.
The maintenance is done without any problems. Your maintenance today was exceptionally smooth. That touch of yours, skillfully probing my secret corners and leading me without giving a chance to resist. Whose core other than mine have you caressed with such care?
Miss Leanne? The customers who visit this repair clinic are the entirety of my social interactions. But it's a blessing in disguise.
What is?
And thanks to a wonderful person like you visiting, it feels like even this bleak place has some life in it.
Oh my. Saying something like that so suddenly makes me a little shy.
The overload on your processing unit was more severe than I thought. You came to whine, but it was to the point of needing repairs.
I thought it would get better once I relieved some stress.
If I left the unit as it was, I figured I'd be seeing you soon for the same repair request. So I replaced it with a higher end unit. It hasn't been long since your last checkup. What happened to damage it so much?
Oh, hold on. That's what I'm about to tell you. You know I work at a pharmaceutical company, right?
Of course. I've heard a lot about your life, Miss Leanne, every time I do repairs.
A new researcher joined the company recently. They say he's incredibly talented or something. Our company went to great lengths to scout him, so I guess that could be true.
The problem is that talent isn't everything.
Exactly. He came in through connections, yet he has this attitude of looking down on the existing researchers. Since he joined later, he thinks it's our duty to provide him with any project information he doesn't know. The management is completely impressed with his papers and research achievements, so my colleagues and I had no choice but to do as he asked.
More work for you.
That would have been a relief. The problem is his attitude. If he were apologetic and grateful, it would be different, but he takes it for granted. Even though we're doing work we don't have to do. I wonder if studying so much has fried part of his brain. A while ago, he said a colleague's research looked interesting and asked if he could take over the project. Huh. It almost turned into a shouting match, but our colleagues intervened and barely mediated. It's annoying, but thanks to him, we're free from the management's nagging, and we can buy time to improve the product's stability.
Office politics. It feels a bit distant to me.
Maybe for you.
From my perspective, Miss Leanne, you don't seem much different from me. Aren't you talking about how hard it is to deal with office politics you don't even care about?
I'd like to say no, but I have to agree because of what happened a few days ago.
A few days ago?
Yes. Half of my unit's overload problems probably started that day. We fought.
You fought?
It wasn't really a fight. I just laid him out. He disrespected our project. said we were just wasting the budget by repeating clinical trials for years. He said the researchers' talents were being wasted, and asked if we had any intention of finishing this research and starting a more promising project. And he said it to my face, the project leader. I should have realized when the management was blindly pushing for him. They couldn't win against us in a logical argument as non-experts, so it was a ploy to bring in another expert to break our resolve. That's pretty serious sabotage. Unfortunately for them, that Nepo hire's social skills were worse than imaginable, and he failed to change the team members' minds. You could even say we've grown closer. Some team members were even cheering me on and comforting me, even though I threw the first punch. Of course, I think I was in the wrong too. My feelings were complicated watching him call an ambulance by himself because no one else cared. It must have been the guilt that followed the satisfaction. I had to write a written explanation, and the project's chances of survival dropped even lower. I wondered what would have happened if I had just held it in. There's a mountain of work to do, but the thought of running away came first. I want to forget everything. Let's just rest. So I came to see you. All I do is listen to you talk a little. That's enough. And thanks to you, I've already sorted out my thoughts. Thanks to me? A place to hide whenever I want to run away. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. That's the goal of our project. After running away here to rest, I found the courage to push through, and it made me feel that my project shouldn't end here. If the effect of just listening to a story, as you put it, is this great, our medicine will be a great help to the world. Can I ask what kind of medicine it is? I'd love to tell you. Miss Leanne's eyes sparkled as if a favorite topic had come up. It's a relief to see her back to her usual self. Our research institute mainly focuses on drugs that suppress memory. It prevents the user from recalling specific memories. The primary goal is trauma suppression, though there's potential for misuse. It seems so. Right. That's why we're delaying its release. A similar drug already exists, but there are more cases of side effects or misuse than proper use. Although the management recognizes this as commercial success, sticking to a proven product. Exactly. He made almost the same argument. His logic is that as long as it passes safety inspections and sells well, who cares how it's used? In reality, it causes almost no physical harm to the body itself. I take a few pills myself, but that attitude is quite off-putting. No matter how well you know it, there's a limit to what an ordinary consumer, not an expert, can perceive. In fact, I don't even know the ingredients of the multivitamin I take. Since I hardly see the sun, I guessed it must contain vitamin D. And, vitamin D. I have no idea. The drugs available on the market dull memories that are dramatically imprinted on the user. When you try to recall them, the recollection process is interrupted or blunted. It's similar to when you treat with an EVE's photonic neural network. You can distance yourself from terribly painful memories, but you can also lose your dreams, sometimes even your family's faces or precious memories. In severe cases, you even forget that you're taking a memory suppressant. It's practically amnesia. Our institute is creating a drug that accesses specific memories and paralyzes only that part. It can't be used universally, but we plan to market it separately for breakups or trauma. If we succeed, it won't be misused for kidnapping or human trafficking under the name of amnesia drugs. Losing memory due to a drug. It comes back if you stop taking it, right? In theory, yes. But it seems there are cases where that's not true for the products on the market. That's also the fundamental reason for my long clinical trials. In Chroma City, there will be many people who need this drug, so frequent side effects are unacceptable. Although Chroma City is damn dark all day long, I'm not sure if there are that many patients who would want to suppress their own memories. The average patient doesn't seek a hospital until their condition worsens. I've even seen someone try to fix a paralyzed finger with stretching. Right. Many people think of hospitals as a place to go for resurrection. But this drug is also aimed at delaying the neurological disorders caused by light deficiency, not just overcoming strong trauma. The blackout phenomenon. Do they call it zombies these days? That's what people usually call it, I hear. Right. The biggest cause of becoming a zombie is neurological disorder. Despite having no other problems besides light deficiency, extreme trauma accumulates due to nervous system issues. If this drug is completed, the number of zombies on the street will be reduced by more than half. Zombie prevention and trauma care. Sounds good. The fact that there's a way to get memories back seems good too. It's a hot topic among my colleagues. The fact that memories return when you stop taking it has some people arguing that it forces continuous purchase of the drug. They say we need to consider the consumer's financial situation. That makes sense, but... Oh, your opinion on my research? Miss Leanne's eyes widened. Does she think we found a common interest? You can't run away forever. If you erase your memories every time things get tough, I feel like you'll end up with nothing left someday. Even today's Miss Leanne will go back to face reality tomorrow. You'll do your best to handle the accident and finish the project, right? Well, yes. There are times when you have to do something, but you just can't. Trauma is one of them. There's a hole in your heart and it needs to be filled, but it hurts too much. With a hole, it's impossible not to feel weak in both body and spirit. You need to step back and recover, but you can't because the hole is in your own body. I thought the medicine you're making was made for situations like that. That's right. It's very difficult to fix something that has collapsed from the inside. Sometimes it's more important to get away from it and preserve your body and mind. I want the patients to be like you, Miss Leanne. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. I mean, I hope they solve the problems they've postponed with a mended, strong mind and body. Like today's Miss Leanne. As they said in a certain manga, right? There's no paradise in the place you escape to. Since it's your medicine, Miss Leanne, I hope it turns out just as you wish. You little... Why? I thought that was a pretty cool thing for me to say. Miss Leanne lunged at me. I believed she had no intention of harming me, but I couldn't stop myself from instinctively stepping back. Now that you've said that, I'll be sure to protect the project. Okay, now let me go. Let me hug you a little longer. Just a little. Just a little. Miss Leanne, with teary eyes, left after making a wonderful vow and having a bit of a tantrum. She must have had her own pain, unrecognized by anyone. Look at the time. I should go to the cafe where Prey works for lunch. Huh. The heat crushing my brain vanished in an instant. Your touch really is special.
By the way, that quote is from, of all places, and of course, Berserk. So that's the manga that was being referenced. Alright, let's see. Oh, is this one a guy? Silhouette suggests so. Let me go with a neutral voice until I figure this out. Tier 2 power unit, Tier 2 neural unit, 2 of each, quick.
Sir?
What are you staring blankly for?
Excuse me, customer. Are you by any chance in front of me right now?
Can you only see the visible light spectrum?
Yes, I haven't had the optic nerve digitization procedure done.
You're not even up to the basics of this city. In this fucked up neighborhood where it's night the moment you open your eyes, if you live seeing only visible light, you'll soon get a neurological disorder and become one of those drooling idiots out there.
I subscribe to Neon Shine regularly, so I don't really need it.
Oh dear, we have an idiot here who offers money to that damn corporation. You're either a foolish sucker brainwashed by the media, or a crazy bastard born with a silver spoon who thinks money grows on trees.
I don't know what kind of life you're living, but I'm too law-abiding to live by your ways.
I'm amazed someone with their head this far in the clouds is still in this city. It's a wonder you're walking around on your own 2 feet.
What a crazy customer. Customer, please deactivate your optical camouflage, and if you're not getting a repair, please leave.
Brat, why are you suddenly recommending I deactivate my optical camouflage?
To do a repair, I need to scan and replace the unit, but I can't see you at all, so I can't do a proper repair.
Is that the only reason? Huh. You've got a knack for comedy. Why would you replace it? I could just swap it out myself.
Swap it out yourself? Just as a person can't perform surgery on themselves by cutting open their own stomach and messing with their organs, an EVE also cannot open its core section to replace a unit by itself.
Nothing is impossible, brat. It's just popping the casing, swapping the unit, and closing it again. If I make a small mistake in the process and cut the power, that's just where my life ends.
That's a level of recklessness that leaves me speechless.
I'd appreciate if you just shut up and make the unit.
Sir, as much as I'd love to just shut up and make it for you, as the manager, I also have to think about the reputation of my repair clinic.
Even if I die without anyone knowing, no one will blame this place. Even if my head gets blown off by a corporation's summary executioner's bullet while walking down the street, everyone will think it's a natural death.
How can I be sure of that?
Blade. Blade Hamilton. Mention my name in the back alley 3 blocks from here and everyone will understand. So now, what you need to do is wipe that stupid look off your face and synthesize the units for me.
This person's impossible to reason with. Understood, Mr. Blade. I'll make the units for you first. What units did you want exactly?
I told you already. Tier 2 power unit, Tier 2 neural unit. Imprint it into your stupid head so you don't forget.
Damn it. Please wait a moment.
Create units for a lunatic. Target time 100. Wait, target time? That cripes. Hold up, what? No, no, I meant this. Okay, so I need... Oh yeah, 2 tier 2 units, right. Just double checking, haha. That's a he. Sick. That made a lot of my work easier. Put that here. Put that here. We'll put this one here. And this one here. And this one here. Okay, so we have one here, one here, one here. I just need one here.
Thank you for waiting.
Faster than I thought. The synthesized units are clean too. Despite your dumb first impression, you're more skilled than you look.
Thanks for the compliment.
Since I'm in a good mood, let me give you a piece of advice. You'd better erase that psychotherapy introduction on your door. The place I went to last week to get it on with a big-breasted EVE had the same thing written on it.
What? I appreciate the advice, but that's my clinic's identity. I don't think I can change it. Instead, if you deactivate your optical camouflage next time and let me repair you directly, you'll be able to properly experience the service.
As long as you have that thing dangling between your legs, no service will be possible for me. Thanks anyway. Seems I didn't come for nothing.
Take care, Mr. Blade. See you again next time.
Don't count on it.
Dealing with insane customers is incredibly draining. I should close up for today and soothe my tired body and soul with a can of beer.
Not a bad speed. Condition of the goods seems decent enough.
Oh man.
Failed the target time. I'm gonna create a save here. And I'm gonna load this one again so I can try to do this faster. Oh wait, control. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's try this again, but better. Alright, let's go. Speedrun strats. It's all about target time here, not target movements, so let's go ahead and just blitz this. Alright, that's one tier 2 piece. And then there we go, and then we just need to move that there. That's another tier 2 piece. That's one tier 2 piece. Alright, and then that's another tier 2 piece. So now we need this one here, and this one here, and this one here, and this one here, and bam. Haha! Synthesizer cleaner. There we go! Haha!
Oh, For someone with such a dumb-looking face, your hands are pretty fast, aren't they? I'll give you that.
Did it! Alright, so... This definitely leads me to think I could have done the first few a bit better, and I should have had more save slots than I actually do have. And this game gives me up to... Jesus Christ, how many... It gives me 15 save slots. I definitely should have... Oh well. Whatever. It is what it is. Time did I start again? Okay, it's only been almost a couple hours. Let's see, should I do one more? Because that'll be 5. That'll be 5 repairs this time. Yeah, I'll do one more, and then we'll probably be done for today. And we'll come back to this next week. December 16th. I had a dream about being beaten by an invisible man. Since I couldn't see him, I couldn't fight back and just got beaten up. Not exactly a pleasant feeling. Is it because of that customer from yesterday? Whew, I hope only decent customers come in today. Alright, let's read the news real quick. Sunshine Corps executive attacked and missing. Glass slipper found at scene. Last night, the 15th, an incident occurred in the Deep Red Street district on a city outskirts where a high-ranking Sunshine Corps executive was attacked by an unidentified terrorist and went missing. USA investigation results confirmed that all stabilizers guarding the scene were killed. They died instantly from precise penetrating wounds in the shape of a stiletto heel to the center of the forehead. A blood-stained glass slipper presumed to be used in the crime was left at the crime scene. Authorities are focusing on the fact that the modus operandi matches a series of disappearances that have occurred over the past few months. This terrorist, known to the public as Cinderella, has been targeting high-ranking government officials and Sunshine Corps executives. All victims so far remain missing, with their survival unconfirmed. The USA has formed a special investigation team to clarify the truth of this incident and is tracking the culprit's whereabouts by analyzing connections with previous incidents presumed to be the work of the same offender. Huh. Cold metal melting when stripped. Secret tuning skyrockets by Waifu Maiden Press. As marriage registrations between humans and EVEs hit an all-time high, the trend of secret tuning, modifying EVE body parts into forms optimized for sexual activity, is spreading in the shadows. Going beyond simple cosmetic imitation, this procedure implants ultra-fine heating coatings and vibration modules into biosilicone mucosa to create reproductive organs that surpass human biological functions. In an interview, an illegal tuner emphasized customization from firmness to internal temperature is possible according to taste, adding, humans who experience it once can never return to organic embrace. Of course, the public eye remains harsh. The dominant conservative view points fingers at them as scrap metal fetishists. However, to soothe the solitude of the Grey Knight, minor lovers willing to endure expensive royalties and social contempt to be held in their lovers' arms are secretly climbing onto the operating table again today. No one let Miss Leanne see this article.
high-risk Adam suppressed in city. Summary executioner between fear and salvation by Achromatic Press. Yesterday's rampage of a high-risk Adam in the city center was quelled early by the deployment of Sunshine Corps' summary executioners. The eliminated unit was confirmed to be an autonomous data anomaly manifestation, having entered LDS Stage 3 blackout with self-data lost and only slaughter instincts remaining.
Slaughter instincts?
To avoid repeating the nightmare of the first EVE Adam, Sunshine Corps emphasized periodic photonic cleaning via neon shine is the only preventative measure, and executioners are the last bastion to delete system errors that have already occurred. The emotionless summary executioner eliminated the Adam without hesitation again, but the view from the scene is complicated. Due to the complete immunity granted by the government, compensation for the damage to citizens caught up in the suppression process remains elusive. Citizens' eyes looking upon the summary executioners, the shield protecting Chroma City and the blade of terror reigning above the law, cross perilously between relief and trembling. Jesus. Alright, well, we've had our morning paper. Let's see who's in today.
Optical camouflage? I can't believe that symbol of crime is being used so openly. Has that city completely given up on security? It's not so much that they gave up, but rather adapted. Most homes and shops have at least one infrared sensor for security. Even if they can't catch thermal optical camouflage, they can easily detect regular optical camouflage. Then what about thermal optical camouflage? If you use that, the military intervenes instead of the Urban Stability Agency, so you need some serious guts to try it. Thanks to that, the citizens of Chroma City can rest easy and entrust their safety to infrared sensors. Living there sounds exhausting. To think hide and seek is part of daily life? Because of that, life here is never boring. That's not boring, it's just troublesome. You have to endure minor inconveniences to be worthy of living in this city of miracles. Miracles, my foot! It's just a neighborhood that's dark and gloomy all day long. That's why the neon signs filling every corner look even more dazzling. The night of this street, where humans, EVEs, and neon signs mingle, is more beautiful than any day elsewhere. I was so captivated by that sight that I dared to become independent here with just one old piece of equipment. It's probably not the night, but the EVEs filling the streets that captivated you. And what? Independent? You make it sound cool, but did you wipe your hard drive or something? Seems like yesterday you were whining about not having money for food. Who was it that begged mom and dad to save them? I paid it back with interest. Yeah. Looks like a customer's here. You're not sulking, are you? No, I'll hang out with you again tomorrow. Sulking. Definitely sulking. I'm not sulking! Pray, do you know you're laughing very evilly right now? Really? Normally, I would have picked a fight and looked for something fun to do, but today, I'll generously let it slide. Miss Prey, speaking as a professional, it looks like you need immediate maintenance. EVE neural network issues often accelerate over time. We need to start right away. As expected, your buzzkill reactions are the best for regaining my stability. Is something wrong? What do you mean by stability? Didn't you see the article yesterday? A high-ranking executive from Sunshine Corps was attacked and went missing on the outskirts of the city. That person from a few days ago. Definitely. They haven't released the identity, but I doubt there's more than one executive visiting the outskirts at this time. Since Polar Night is just around the corner, with the city's biggest festival coming up, they wouldn't have enough leisure to obsess over trivial things like streetlights, unless there's someone a bit weird. For feelings about a nuisance, Prey's resentment seemed quite deep. Maybe there's something more she hasn't told me yet. Are you worried because a kidnapping happened nearby? It's not that I'm not worried at all, but if I were scared of that, I would have run away to the next city a long time ago. It's not a big deal. Continuous focus adjustment of the ocular lenses, irregular core pulsation. This is a common phenomenon when power is being diverted elsewhere, but right now there's no noticeable physical activity or computational load. That means you're preparing for an emergency. These are typical signs of an anxiety or fear response, you know. What do you know? First class core section engineer, photonic neural network restoration specialist, EVE body maintenance technician. Certified. I'm an EVE management and inspection expert certified by Chroma City, and the person who opens up your body at least every week to check for problems. I hate it! What exactly does she hate? Don't talk about my condition as you please. The talk about raising the Neon Shine subscription fee is gone, and the streetlight removal plan was scrapped too. Only good things are happening. I don't know what happened, but you can be honest with me at least. Cinderella helped. Because I left a post. Cinderella, already a famous dark hero in cyberspace, a figure whose existence is ambiguous, indeterminate whether a group or an individual, famous for assassinating key figures in corporations or drug cartels, and leaving a glass slipper conspicuously at the scene. His activities gained support from the impoverished filled with spite, and mass-produced countless fans, but there had to be a sour side to their actions. Connections with criminal groups that produced countless innocent victims, or actions suspected to be the means of eliminating political opponents of the ruling class were numerous, and people claiming to be Cinderella are pouring out endlessly. It seems there's a culture among fans to treat all that as copycat crimes. Are you saying you can't be scared of a hero? Worry and fear are separate emotions. Even for experts, the risk of misdiagnosis is high without detailed analysis. It's just worry. Because copycat crimes using Cinderella's fame happen often. Right. What suddenly? This neural unit is connected to the sympathetic nervous system. The tension is immense even with a light press. How much did you push yourself? It might be completely burnt out. It's not that bad. It's your habit to reward yourself when you're anxious, isn't it? Like figures or limited edition goods. Since your balance is empty, it looks like you rewarded yourself in a different way. If we let tonight pass, it could be really dangerous, so we'd better replace it. Target moves 30. Okay. Let's see, what have we got here? Looks like someone had too much fun yesterday. It seems D1AL has a problem due to an overloaded unit. First, let's check the repair area. As expected, there's an overloaded unit. Overloaded units destroy nearby modules every certain number of turns. Turns remaining until overload are shown in top right. Upon overload, one space left and right of the unit and modules units in the same column will be destroyed. Fuck off! Okay, so don't set up anything near that. The overloaded unit will be destroyed after undergoing overload 3 times. Let's repair while avoiding destruction of required units. Oh, this is balls. This is gonna suck. Okay, that's a tier 1 unit. That's a tier 1 unit. 2. Oops. Let's place them here. Place that here. Two.
Okay. So I just need the tier 1 unit, or tier 2 unit. Let's get that over here. Oh, that's helpful. That was actually pretty dang helpful. And Zapparoni.
You must have been very anxious. Is the condition very bad?
Overvoltage flowed through the overloaded neural unit, enough to affect even the dial equipment. Just how hard did you stimulate it?
Well, I just suddenly got scared.
I don't know what you're so worried about, but if you were this anxious, you should have just called me. I could have helped you directly by your side.
Pervert.
Alright, let's see. Tier 1 over here, tier 2 over there. What happens if I do this? Oh, wow, okay. That folded a lot of units together. Perfect. 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 Oh shoot, tier 2's over here. Okay. Oops. I need it to be right here. Yeah. There we go.
Does Cinderella pull that off with glass slippers every time?
Pretty much. According to someone who watched the crime scene from quite close up, they did all that just using a glass slipper without any other weapons.
So the glass slipper always left behind is actually the tool used for the crime?
I guess so. I saw on SNS that there was a heel-shaped hole in a stability officer's forehead. That post was censored quickly, but the fountain of blood spurting from the forehead of an existence I always feared was so violent that I inadvertently started rooting for him after that.
Your expression fountain is even more violent.
Oh shit, there's 2 of these now. Okay. Well, we have 1 tier 1 unit here. So we just need to create 1 more tier 1 unit. Or tier 2 unit. There's our tier 2 unit. That's in the right place, I think. Yeah. What's up? Oops. There we go.
Is it already over?
Yeah, fortunately the surrounding units weren't badly deformed, so I only swapped out the nearby burnt neural unit.
Thanks to that, the tense neural unit seemed to have calmed down. The dial was making weird noises. What kind of magic did you work?
Don't mention it. Just because of the overvoltage flowing through the neural unit, the dial equipment almost broke several times during maintenance.
I might be saying this because I don't know, but hearing roughly about it looks incredibly dangerous.
And about your symptoms, it's not that big of a deal. It's a problem of repeated forced updates to the neural network, but it doesn't affect daily life. Except for the problem that some memories might be lost. You just need to restrain yourself from now on. Relax your face a bit. Seems like you have something to say too. Can you say it all with such a serious face?
Forget it. For someone so dense, I can't hide anything from you.
Professional certifications aren't just for show.
But I wish you'd read the room a bit. Sometimes there are stories I don't want to tell. Cinderella was my idol. I was the #1 fan, unshaken by controversies, but when an incident happened right here and because of me, those things filled my head. What if something happens to our cute boss? What if the evil mechanic on the 2nd floor becomes a target? If something like that happened, I felt like I'd go crazy thinking it was my fault. I left a post on the Cinderella help board, and the news came out less than half a day later. I was someone who followed them, treating controversies as gossip, but fear took over when people around me got involved.
As far as I know, over 3,000 posts are written on that gallery every hour. I think you have an excessive sense of responsibility. Even if Cinderella really chooses targets looking at the board, the possibility of seeing your post is almost nil.
You're probably right. Excessive responsibility, but once I fell into that mire, I couldn't realize that. Everything seemed to be my fault, and I worried about things that hadn't even happened yet. I'm completely drained from groaning all night.
While touching innocent neural units.
Happiness is the best means to forget pain. Anyway, seeing the fine boss and you this morning, I just let out a hollow laugh.
So that's why you came making such naughty sounds.
Naughty?
You said I was evil. Seeing Prey back to her usual self, I also felt more relaxed after being tense. Sometimes it's better to just throw it up. Like when you have indigestion.
What nonsense are you talking about all of a sudden?
It means you don't have to hide it just because it's immature or contradictory. Of course, you shouldn't always do that. It's wasteful to vomit food and drink, and it looks unsightly, but nothing beats it when you have indigestion. Venting to someone close enough can sometimes help you overcome things.
It might make people hate you. I also find people who only talk about their hardships annoying.
It's fine if it's not always, but only when it's hard. That's why I started this repair clinic in the first place. If you have anything left to say, it's better to just say it.
Something I want to say. Alright.
Prey cleared her throat.
Then, Chris, next Thursday is Polar Night Day. That day...
Polar Night Day. Unlike the majority of people who are excited, I feel nothing but dryness. Seeing that even the shut-in Prey has plans makes me feel like I'm the only one in Chroma City without memories of Polar Night Day. A day I'm strangely uninterested in. Perhaps it's because the happiness in my room overwhelms the noisy streets and lights.
Is it okay?
What? I was lost in thought for a moment. Sorry, could you say that again?
Let's grab a meal together. It's a holiday.
Really? It should be a peak season.
We're aiming for a different peak season. The boss says Polar Night is everyone's peak season, so this is more profitable. In my opinion, it's clear she just wants to do doujin activities.
You mean about Buff Girl?
The last episode airs next week. She's already busy preparing sugar crafts and cosplay costumes.
Must be nice to have a boss with matching tastes.
That's why I applied in the first place. The physical comic books proudly displayed in the cafe shelf for the trigger. Since it's a retro concept cafe, I suspected they just put anything there, but inside a box in the corner of the cafe, I saw a pile of handmade goods. This person's real. I knew that immediately. Take next week's cosplay event, for example. The boss is even more enthusiastic than I am. It's the best workplace, except for the fact that we work non-stop.
Sounds fun, but also sounds like it'll be quite tough.
Better than working during polar night. It's annoying to work when everyone else is resting, and there are double the customers than usual. Plus, the power of Buff Girl is amazing. Speaking of which, I should get going. The boss is probably sweating bullets alone. Good luck with your work. You too. And clean your ears next time. Can't even hear what's said right in front of you. My ears are clean. Maybe it's because I haven't taken today's nutritional supplements yet. Anyway, don't do that next time. Good things come to those who listen. As Prey left, belated fatigue washed over me. I didn't know the difference in nutritional supplements would be this big. I should go cool my head. As expected of the manager, the stinging sensation is gone and I feel totally refreshed. I'll sleep well tonight.
Alright. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me today, I think. 5 repairs, that's pretty good. And I feel like the next section is gonna be a little big, so I think I'm gonna put that for next time. Yeah, this is a really fun game. The puzzles are pretty good. They make me think just enough. The difficulty ramp isn't too high. The artwork is great, obviously. The sprite work is really good. The details are, like, impressive. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I probably will maybe change some of these voices later, because again, I was just going by initial first impressions, and some of those may have changed since I started. So we'll see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me play this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the puzzles, watching me solve them. Maybe not as good as you might have, or maybe better than you might have. I don't know. And hopefully you enjoyed the voice performance. But yeah. Let's see. That's gonna do it for me this week. I will be back next week with more streaming as usual. Schedule will be out on Sunday, as per usual. And I will probably be... I'm deciding between 2 or 3 streams at the moment. I have a book in mind that I want to start. And of course, there's going to be more Ace Attorney and more dialogue. So definitely just going to be... at a minimum, it's going to be both of those. And at a maximum, I'll start the next book that I want to do next week, and yeah, go from there. But thank you all so much for being here, my wonderful Rainiacs and Langsters. We are approaching week 40 together, so ain't that crazy? That just leaves exactly 3 more months until we hit the big 1-year anniversary. Where did the time go? Wow. Anyway, that's still far enough away in advance that I'm not thinking about it too hard just yet. But I am thinking of something, so... Anyway. Thank you all for being here. I can't wait to see you all again. You guys, make sure you eat well, stay hydrated, and get lots of good rest. Make sure to be kind to yourselves and be excellent to each other, and have a radiant rest of your weekend. And of course, as always, remember to unshrimp yourselves. This has been Ray Langley, Virtual Entertainer and Wolf Girl Extraordinaire, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!